I can hear you drinking over there. I can hear every gulp. I can hear.
I'm sorry. All right.
I read an article. I don't know if we've talked in the last week. When do we see each other? When we don't see each other?
I don't feel like we talk anymore unless there's a microphone on, you know?
All right, I read this thing. I came across that, federal monies in the education department. There's been this pause. But I came across something that CTE teachers are going to get a pay raise. That's you. Congrats.
Is that right? How much?
You tell me.
That's the first I've heard of it, I think.
But, I mean, you deserve it.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. I mean, you live in a totally different world. You teach in a totally different world. You have different teaching responsibilities. You have different resources than I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll concur. I would never say, no, you don't deserve it. That's often I've heard teachers at the lunch table, those tested teachers that are just, and it's just because they don't know, but they're always like, man, I wish I was a CTE teacher. Y'all don't have to worry about none of this and that, and it's all about them and them. And
you don't have to worry about none of this?
Yeah, the testing pressures, which are real. Those are real, and I try my best to be empathetic and to
Those testing pressures are for real.
Aren't they?
You tell me.
I mean, the people that I talk to make them seem very real, as if like they're being judged solely on their test scores. I've never been a tested teacher in that regard. So I can't, as much as I want to put myself in their shoes, it's really hard.
Well, you're tested in the CTE world by making connections to the real world. That's your test.
Yes, but we are also tested by a quality indicators portfolio that we all have to do every year. And that's sort of what, when you say you deserve it, that's what makes, I mean, it's like being in college. Like every lesson that I teach isn't just me preparing a lesson, preparing an activity, worried about the objectives, delivering it. Then I have to provide photos, do paperwork on how I'm tying a standard to actual learning.
Portfolio.
Yeah, I have to prepare all of that and submit it just like an assignment every year.
Submit it?
Yeah, to the state. There's auditors that check these things.
You live a different life in the CTE world.
Yes.
You're going to get a raise.
Thanks. Person who gave me the raise.
I make more money than you because I've taught longer than you is a thing. But you do things that are different than me.
I don't know. Are you saying I, as in just in general, if you've taught longer than somebody, you make more money than them?
Make more money.
Are you talking about you and me? Or are you talking about just teachers who teach 10 years versus teachers who've taught 5 years?
Both.
Oh, okay. Okay. It is true that teachers, at least the teachers where we are on a step plan. Is that true statewide?
I'm on a step plan.
I'm on a step plan.
Yeah, we're state employees.
If we go to McMinn County, are we on a step plan? Or over to Bedford or Sumner County?
Is that up to the county to decide that?
I don't know.
Or
That's
is that
a
up to the
great
state?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
If you get paid in retirement for the last 5 years that you make, I'd like to assume your step, your years, your experience, your previous life crashed into this profession. Money? Salary, steps, you?
Yeah. I was given my law enforcement years of experience in my step plan. Yeah. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you almost have to, because what you're looking at is, let's say someone who's in manufacturing, they want to come and teach their craft in a high school in Tennessee. If you didn't give them those years in that step plan, that would become pretty unattractive real quick for someone. Let's say they've been in manufacturing for 10 years. And
Manufacturing?
Yeah, just in that field. Let's say they help manage they make something. They work in a factory. You know what I mean? Manufacturing. If that person wanted to come and teach, you need ways to make it attractive for quality candidates to come from the field to teaching.
Quality.
Yeah. You're doing a word change. You're pissing me off, but I know what you're doing. Is this about people skills? You're what's it called?
What am I doing? I've been practicing, man.
You're mirroring.
Oh, yeah.
You're when you said manufacturing, I almost stopped the recording.
How long have I been going? How long? I haven't asked one question. My tone turns into a question, so I feel like that's cheating, but I don't think it is. But I watched this YouTube video, man, and I'm teaching sociology now. Yeah. And how much, I just led you in conversation for how long without asking one question?
10 minutes. Well, about 8 minutes at least.
Yeah. Shoot, we'll call it 6 minutes.
I hate you, man. I thought you, listen,
this is what I was trying to do, though. What's that say?
Get Matt to say how much money he makes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what
I couldn't get you to that number, though. I couldn't get you to
not
say.
Gonna get me to that number.
Okay, first of all, I made it sound really believable that I read this article that CTE teachers are going to get a pay raise. You ain't get no pay raise from federal money.
Bro.
But you totally was like, I deserve it, which I love that confidence.
You led me there.
I did.
You did a good job.
Without questions.
You did a good job. But you're enough of a contrarian that you disguised it pretty well, and it didn't surprise. Like when you said manufacturing, that's equivalent to you. You know how sometimes you do this all the time. I'll say, and this is just me being a redneck. I'll be talking about something. I'll say, you know what I mean? And there's so many times you know exactly what I mean, but you're like, no, I don't know what you mean.
No, I only say that when I need to know more information.
No.
I make you explain it.
I think you always want more information.
But sometimes you say, you know what I mean, in the middle of a thought. And if I don't say that, you'll leave it hanging there and you'll go on to the next thought and you'll just keep stacking your ideas, which, okay, yeah, that's how you form an argument or just form a conversation.
Yeah.
But tell me what you mean. That's intentional. That's never accidental. And it's not antagonistic.
So you did not read an article that I'm getting a pay raise.
Did not, but I made it sound like I did. That's all it takes. That's the YouTube video I watch. Just make it sound like you've read this thing, and then just go.
It's pretty fantastic. Who's YouTubing this?
I don't know, man. It was one of those guys. It wasn't Chris Voss. You know that name? He's one of my masterclass guys. He's like a interrogator back in the day who shares his skills. Was
it you and I that had this conversation? And I think it was him that would go to parties and mirror, and he would be like the most interesting guy at the party. And
you brought that up, but I think me bringing up Chris Voss, maybe you brought. But yes, we've had that conversation.
I think Zach was involved in that conversation, sort of too. You made me look like a fool.
I did not. I was practicing my skill set.
That's a good job, man. You could have kept going.
I know. But I got, this is what I love the most, though, because I could feel myself sweating because it's like, if he doesn't respond, then what do you do? And I refuse to ask a question.
Yeah.
But then you got it. But there was that awkward silence, and even when you're practicing this skill, like you have to be okay with the awkward silence.
Yeah.
And I'm good with it. But because I knew I was like trying to get a rep in, it was just like, man, okay, do I say something else?
The manufacturing is what piqued my attention a little bit. And I was like,
I know, you turned.
do you just want me to explain what manufacturing is? Like, Paul, you're an educated guy, man.
I was working on my mirroring skills.
It's good practice. It's
It's National Coffee Day. Did you drink coffee today?
I did not drink coffee today.
I had one at your house. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Valerie.
The old Central Perk cup.
You know what it also is? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this episode 52?
This is episode 52. That's
You
right.
know how many weeks there are in a year?
There are 52 weeks in a year.
So our first episode was on October 27th. So figure that out. Make that make sense to me.
I have had these thoughts as well. Well, at least part of it is due to at least once, maybe a couple of times in the first days, if we went much more than an hour, we'd split it in half. You remember that?
Yeah,
You remember there was a couple times I would split things in half. So
when we thought an hour and a half was a long time.
yeah, we thought an hour and a half was a long time, and now we still think an hour and a half is a long time. I don't care as much, and I know as a podcast listener how people listen to podcasts. When you come to your destination and you can't listen anymore, you just turn it off and turn it back on when you're ready again,
Yeah, I'm a podcast listener.
Yeah.
Are you any closer to being one call from the mayor? We're gonna do a little stroll down memory lane.
I don't know if I'm any closer, but I will still maintain that I'm one. Now, is one call from the mayor mean I can dial him up and he answers the phone? Or does that mean I call somebody and say, hey, can you have the mayor call me? Or
Oh, you're already there. You're already there, buddy. Yeah. I think that's what that phrase is, though.
I think I'm 2 phone calls.
No, you're not. You're telling me that even though it's the county, the sheriff couldn't get a hold of. Well, I mean, the sheriff, man, he's your connect.
Yeah, if I really, really, really...
Gary Davis or even Kevin Brooks in Cleveland. Yes.
Yeah, I think... yeah, I could... If I needed to go that route, I could call the sheriff and say, hey, can you make this bridge for me? Or I could call Adam Lewis. We need to get him on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
That's a guy that I could call up and say, hey, I need to talk to this person, and I'm pretty sure he would help me if it was a legitimate need.
I don't remember you being that confident, even though we believed in you that much this time last year. Are you Chat GPT in these titles?
Yeah, a lot of
Are you?
A lot of times, yeah. There's sometimes I just can't arrive at what I want, so I'll just come up with something, but that's very rare.
Precious memories. Faulty memory in life and law. Did you come up with that precious memories? You remember what precious memories are? Those little figurines. Your mama didn't have those laying around the house?
Yeah, I do.
That's what I thought of, and then it was like, faulty memory. What? Mount Rushmores. Hanging out with Josh. What's that guy doing? When's the last time you saw him?
Josh is... I haven't saw him in a couple weeks, probably. He came by my classroom in the hallway, and we chatted it up a little bit.
Derek Kinsey did some music for us. When are we going to hang out with him?
Very soon. We were going to hang out with him today, but he... 2 times I've called him to ask him to sit down with us, and both times he wanted to, and both times he was scheduled to be out of town. He's a pretty important guy to his people, and he had to go some places, but it's pretty much, hey, when you get back in town, call me, and we'll set this up in the next week or 2. So I would suspect nearing the 1-year mark on the calendar. I could see Derek Kinsey sitting down with us, and probably we'll go to his place. He's got a little studio, and we'll take a little field trip and go hang out with him.
That's fun. We're about to go to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. Tell us a little bit about that.
I love Brushy. Every year this time, this will be our third trip with the school. Is that right?
No, you're the one who plans it.
Taking kids. Yeah, but you've been with me every time. This is our third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and I just love. There's so many stories that can come out of Brushy Mountain or surrounding Brushy Mountain. I just think it's a cool thing to do. It's not far from here, and we get lunch, and I just love it, man. I could, we could go back and do that whole podcast episode over again, and that would be fine with me. I just love Brushy. I love talking about Brushy, and I'll say again, as I've said before on the podcast, that prison stood witness to so much of how we did prison in America, and that's what's valuable to my students and to me for my students. And there's part of me that I just, at its basis, man, I brought prisoners here. I've walked in those walls and there were prisoners on the yard, prisoners everywhere. And it'll always be precious to me to take young people and let them see that now museum of a prison and be able to tell them, yeah, man, I drove a van right in this Sally Port and offloaded a van full of prisoners, and they began to get searched in. We'd walk them back around this, just a moment to feel like the dinosaur in the room, You don't get those a lot at 41, but that's one that I get.
Sally Port, what in the world is that? I've heard you say that before, and I know exactly what you're talking about, but why is it called that? Is that connected to something?
I don't know. I've probably been asked that 10 times and have looked it up 10 times and answered somebody, and it's never really just stuck with me why they would call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's sort of the barrier between the secure and the unsecure, okay?
Sally. Who's Sally?
It's like a trap. I don't know who Sally is. It's
probably short for something.
We could look that up.
Something like Shadow Valley.
I don't think
Shady Valley.
I don't think it's Shady Valley.
That's so funny. Then we're going to take Austin, Lindsay, and I are going to go take a downtown walking tour. Go crash into, Bill Estes and Ben Berry, and we're going to go to the Presbyterian, Presbyterian Church downtown. So we've got one to bring back. But Logan Cross is going to come with us on this Brushy Mountain trip. And, he came to my class about a month ago and played his banjo. And, oh, my word. That was so much fun.
He sent me that video. He can pick.
And then, hey, buddy, why don't you come with us? And the first thing he did was tell 2 stories so closely connected to him about folks who have spent time in Brushy. So it's going to be fun. I just love him to death. He was in my middle school class. Of all those artifacts I have in the room, he created the very first one I ever got.
Really?
Yes. There's one that says Fort Salisville on it, unsolicited. I didn't ask for that. He just brought it in. It was a little wood burn. And so he's a big deal. It's neat to see him just, all grown up, mature, living his life, but just a historian. Just loves the nerd life. So it's going to be fun. I'd love to get him in front of one of our microphones as well. Just let him play a little bit and talk to us. And there's probably so many people that y'all are going to crash into in conversation because born and raised, man. He loves this place.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So he's a story keeper of Bradley County.
You know how much time you have to spend with a banjo on your lap to do what he does?
I don't.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
That's what I've heard.
Real quick, just a little chat GPT check. A Sallyport gets its name from the Latin salire, meaning to leap out, and port, meaning gate in medieval castles. It was a small, secure door used for defenders to rush out, attack, and retreat. Today, the term refers to a controlled entry points, like the double gates in jails or courthouses, where only one door opens at a time to maintain security. So,
how about the fun little connect that Brushy looks like a castle?
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it?
Yeah. So, the Bradley County Jail, there's a Sallyport, too. That's a thing, but just at Brushy, they built it to look like a castle. Remember, I haven't been to a lot of jails.
Yeah, well, I would say I would say when Brushy was built, I'd like to know when they put their Sally Port in, because I would say when it was actually built, they probably didn't use a Sally Port. That's a pure guess.
Remember that part of the story that the prisoners built the prison?
Yeah.
Is that not crazy? To build the walls
Yeah.
of your entrapment.
That's wild.
I mean,
isn't
that
it?
place, man, there's story after story. I mean, from the coal mines to all those artifacts of making people bleed, making people step into eternity. I mean, like, there's just so many things that happen there.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just so excited. Reading that book about Pluto, Mississippi, and they keep talking about parchment. So I brought in a list of prisons to you one time, but like, you don't go there very much in your criminal justice class, right? Like talking about
To
actual
prison?
things. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you talk about probably the prison system in general, big umbrella, but not specific ones.
right. We'll jump into it for a week or two, but we're typically not talking about locations. The more value that I find is like ways of doing things that would have existed in multiple
makes sense.
locations. You know,
But I think I'd like to do a collaboration with you, and we get to some specific things
yeah, I would love to.
and talk
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, that's fun. What if your life was a movie and you knew how it ended? Yeah, that was fun. I mean, this is the spring right here, buddy.
Yeah.
Stranded with only items, in the box you leave behind, streets of Bradley County, back roads, police chases. I mean, like, we've told a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And it just seems like
Yeah.
we're not running out. Like when we sat down with Rob, it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Now, he's a talker and he's lived many, many lives. I mean,
Yeah.
that was absolutely fascinating. And he's so connected
He's a storyteller, man.
to this place. Yeah. But the thing that captured me the most about him was just like, he threw himself in here. He's not from here, but like, you couldn't tell now. He's one of those guys. And to hear you talk about how in this season of your life, so many of your closest friends are those folks that came in from somewhere else and said, this is home, and have lived with all of the evidence showing that they could have been born and raised here. Because I feel that way, man. I love this town. You know, as I even look at into my future, what it could be, what it might be intellectually, even academically for me, like if I'm going to work on some sort of project, man, I want it to benefit this community right here. I don't want to do something abstract. I want to make this town better. And that just resonated from Rob, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like at one point he even said, like, I want them to say of me, he made this place better.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it is cool.
What's that sound like to a guy who's born and raised here? Like, have you ever had any desire to get out of this town? You've had a couple opportunities because, I mean, you've told me some things.
Yeah, I have. And no, I remember as a teenager people saying, you know, Rob mentioned it. Oh, I can't wait to get out of this place. And I'd be like, what? For what? For what? And most of the time, it was some shallow idea of getting to a big city that has a nightlife and all, you know. And those things just never appealed to me. Not at all.
Do they appeal to you on vacation? Have you done big cities?
I haven't spent a whole lot of time in big cities. I've been to some big cities, and
I'm not talking about driving through Detroit, just taking some prisoner to some next little podunk prison.
that's most of my experience with big cities is that.
Yeah.
You drive in, you walk around for a few hours, you find a spot to eat, and then you go to bed and you pick up a prisoner at the jail.
Okay, you're not going to be doing that next week, buddy.
No, I will not. But I mean,
You're going to Vegas.
yeah, we're going to Vegas.
What's on your itinerary as of this moment?
Well, as of this moment, we're going to spend about a day actually seeing our way around Vegas.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple hours in the evening if we have time some of the nights, but man, we're going to go down to the rim of the canyon. We're going to go over, and we haven't nailed this down yet, but the sequoia trees are uniquely placed between
You said you wanted to go.
between me and the West Coast.
Yeah.
And me and Val have talked about it, and unless we change our minds, we're putting our toes in the water.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's a pretty good drive, yeah.
We haven't figured out where yet, but we're We're going to wake up early one morning and we're just going to head out. And that whole day is going to be dedicated to getting our toes in the water and getting back.
Going south to the Rio Grande? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
No.
No. I'm sorry. When you said
heading down to the border.
Yeah, no, my mind just played it. When you said Rio Grande,
buddy, you're going to the Pacific Ocean.
that rim of the canyon hit my mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's south. It's south.
Oh, y'all are getting up early and you're going down the canyon to the river and back up.
No, I don't know that we'll do that. I don't know. But there's all kinds of stuff around there that we want to see. But like, if I leave and start driving toward the coast, I'm going to be, there's a certain way you go that you're going to pass right by Death Valley, and you're going to be at the sequoia trees before you know it. And so,
how many days you out there?
Sunday through Thursday.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So,
what prompted this trip? Why Vegas?
We both just flew for the first time last year.
Yeah.
And we realized, like, this isn't really the big scary thing that we've always imagined it was. And I don't mean big scary like we were nervous to fly. It was just,
where'd you go? Tampa, Orlando? Where'd you
go? We flew into Orlando and drove over to Ormond Beach for a few days. And it was a blast, man.
Mm-hmm.
But now, it used to be that, dadgum, you had to spend all kinds of money to fly across the country. But, man, you can hop in Chattanooga and fly to Vegas pretty fair now. So, and I've just always wanted to go west. Just that's all the places. If I made a list of things I want to see, they're all right there. And that's the problem I'm running into now is I'm really gonna have to make some choices because there's just so much out there.
Take more than one trip.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. So excited for you. Yeah, that's cool. International travel.
Never had a passport.
No.
Oh,
you want to? Vegas is international. to a South Bradley County boy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, there's part of me that loves the idea of it, but I don't know. There's part of me that all the things I want to see, I'm not sure that I can ever see them. Like, I don't know if we talked about this before, but I'm pretty sure we have not talked about it on a podcast. I would love to go to, how you've always said you wanted to go live
Finish the sentence.
You've always wanted to go live on a farm for a few days.
Absolutely.
I want to go live in some place where there's a couple families just compounded up in Mexico out in the country, and the grandmas are making dinner and the guys are going out and working. And I've always wanted to experience that. I don't know that.
I got you. We're crossing over at Eagle Pass, Texas. We're driving down through Allende. We're going to stop in Nava. Yes. Yeah.
That would be cool.
That's a thing. It is cool. Time doesn't exist.
I'd love to experience that.
Homemade meals, 4 meals a day. Yeah, people just show up. Yeah. I mean, yes, you would. Yeah. It would be everything that you imagined it would be. Yeah. My boys have a passport, and they can't get enough. So
those are the big scary trips for me. When I start thinking about international travel, I immediately go to like, man, I have been comfortable and without fear for my entire life because I've always been in familiar places where I know I'm safe, So when I think about international travel, I'm always like, God, I'm the big chubby white dude going to be walking through this place.
You're a cop.
The cartel's going to see me coming.
In this town. You know that you could define this as not a safe place because you've seen everything. It's folks like me that hasn't seen it in this town.
Yeah, but in Cleveland,
that are safe and comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You take your skill set with you to that next unknown place.
But I can tell you how ugly certain corners of Cleveland, Tennessee are. But any of those, I would go tonight.
Is that how you imagine the rest of the world being?
No.
Corners?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
In the ugliest corner of Cleveland today, I would, without question, put on shorts and a T-shirt and no weapons. You can have my cell phone, and I'll go walk down that street at midnight.
Yeah.
You understand?
So go travel.
I don't think that. I don't think I can do that in Morocco, or
then don't go to Morocco. How about you go to Germany or England or, I mean, Japan or, I mean, you see where I'm going with this? Australia.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Australia.
I
That'd
mean,
be cool. I'd love to go to all
go to
those
South
places.
Africa. Go to Egypt.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. How'd you come up with Morocco?
For some reason, well, we've talked about my Spanish exchange student last year, and she would tell me every day, don't go to Morocco. Don't go to Morocco. So she's got me scared of Morocco.
No, my word. It probably means you need to go to Morocco.
Ooh.
Ecuador, Chile. You know what I mean? Just,
I want to go to
I'm
Mexico.
excited for you.
But they're going to see me coming.
No, my word. See all these thoughts in your head.
I don't want to go to Cancun. I want to go to a town that nobody's traveling to, but there's probably a cartel presence there.
There is.
And
this is what I learned when I was down there.
Yeah.
When there's competing cartels, danger. When there's only one cartel, that's how the town is organized. That's the hierarchy.
So they're not going to stop me in the street and like take my shoes?
No, they're going to stop you in the street, pull out a pad, take your name and address, stare at you, and then tell you to leave. And then you are. Yeah, that's what happened. That's a true story. So somewhere on some legal pad.
That's not vacation to me, man.
My name, it wasn't. I was just with. Hey, Zach was running to school, man. They were living life, and it was genuine, man. It was sincere. Yeah, you are looking for that. We're looking for that person that will say, yeah.
Okay, so if me and you are in that situation, okay, I want to take my lady with me. That's not gonna. I don't want her in that.
Then
situation.
You're going to Cancun.
Okay, I'll go to Cancun and stay close to the beach. Kyler just got back from St. Thomas. He's got me wanting to go down there.
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
Zach Pike, man, he's your trailblazer. This guy's going everywhere now. In Costa Rica?
Yeah, I think Costa Rica.
He was conversation.
He was like me. He was nervous, scared to death when he first got down there.
That's how he told me the story.
But once he got there,
now he loves it and can't wait for his next destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing like travel, man. And it really you're gonna find people there. It's cool. Yeah.
There's so much in the States though that I haven't seen. There's
50 of them. How amazing is that?
There's so many sites. You talk about when you went to Canada. That's not in the States, but it's close. When you went to Canada and the views that you saw, like I need to lay my eyes on a Wyoming.
Yeah.
Go
see some Great Lakes, man. They're called that for a reason.
I've seen 2 of them.
Lake Erie.
Is that the
That's
one?
5 out of 5. Buddy. You need to go see the others. Huron, beautiful, clean, majestic. Yeah, it's cool. Just want you to travel. I got one other thought, and then if you've got anything, but as we reminisce, like how much fun have we had? Because, I've just scrolled through, going all the way back to October to, one day ago we put on, Rob Alderman on the World Wide Web. But man, we've had fun just chatting it up with people, inviting people, and everyone has just said, sure, yes, let's do this. Learning some things from them, but I put out a request for somebody that I haven't heard back from yet, and I had to describe, because I had to describe what our podcast was all about, right? Mm-hmm. It was pretty much when we asked Rob, when you said, so why'd you say yes? And he's like, well, I like the name. And I can vibe with that, and I'm hoping that's what this is. And, we really you could hear us say we love having conversations with people, but it's local people, our community people, the people that we haven't had this kind of conversation with. We want to have these kind of conversations with those other folks who are just, man, they're doing something to contribute to this place that we love so much.
Sure.
And I thought that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're trying to have some meaningful conversation with people in this community. I love it. I love every bit of it.
I do too.
So this is fun. You and I just sitting, and we'll continue to do this. But I also like going and just asking that question, or Mirroring them.
Mirroring them. Yeah. So give me something. Tell me something that stood out to you over the last year. Maybe a field trip that we've taken or a conversation we had. Something that jumps out to you of like, yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Watching you work, watching you figure this out, watching you within just a few minutes set up our whole entire thing, and just be able to do it. I didn't even have to think about that. It was not a prepared question, was it?
No.
I've loved it. Going over to Ben Barry's place and you just making that space turn into something. I mean, even
with a cell phone over there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And what was the phrase you said earlier about you have to make your next mistake or something like that to figure out the next revolution of whatever this or next iteration of what this ends up being.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, what a philosophy of life. Like, you're living that out through what we're doing.
Yeah. In that year of doing it, I don't know if that's a defense mechanism for me or it's just learning. When I do mess something up and it's not the way I want it to be, it don't frustrate me at all anymore. Yeah. It's just, well, I had to make that mistake to sort of graduate to a different level and figure out what to do. We're at Christian Man's house, and I had to learn it the hard way that if I Bluetooth one mic in and I hardwire another, there's going to be a delay, and it's not going to sound like I want it to.
Yeah. But you were like, this is also what I saw when we were at the Pie Center. From take one, you're just hearing things. Sound. It means something to you. Is that like is there something musical about that? Something auditory about that? Something that you're magnetized by, even if you're not attracted by it? Because I know it, like, you get angsty sometimes about the sound, but it's because you want the sound to be quality. What magnetizes you to that? What is that?
I don't really know unless it's the artist in me, because I'm still chasing a sound that I haven't gotten yet, and we're not going to get it. And I had to learn this through research and trial and error. We're not going to get it outside of a sound booth. You know what I mean?
Nope.
There's this crispy podcast sound, and I can get close to it with certain filters or compression and dynamics on audio tracks, but I can't. There's always just something missing, and I want to get it. Now, what makes me at the Pie Center sit down and go, hear things that I don't like and maybe try to figure out a solution for them is just, I mean, this is our podcast, man. We're making something. I want to make it well. And I want it to sound good. And when something seems like a simple fix to me, I want to fix it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all part of, it's a podcast. It's got to sound good. It's got to sound good. And it has, from day one to now, it's improved greatly. I do believe most of the time. It's it varies when we go out on field trips. That's tough. That's
watching you work.
We have to deal with what environment we're in.
Yeah.
So you learn something every time.
It's funny though, because you're a podcast listener. You ever gone back to like the first 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes of someone that you've been listening to for a long time?
Well, no.
I have. Try it out sometime. It's amazing because it sounds like they're in the garage, and then 192 episodes later, they found themselves some sort of recording booth or a filter.
Yeah, I haven't done that to somebody that I'm listening to for a long time, but I will tell you that if I'm, sort of fielding new podcasts, something I want to listen to, I'll go and I'll listen to just a snippet of their first episode before I listen to anything. I'll scroll. I don't care if they've had 2,000 episodes. I'll scroll all the way down, and I want to hear their first episode, just a little bit. I just want the sound quality, and then I go all the way back.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To their most recent episode, so I can make that comparison.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is. It's intriguing to me. Over the last couple of days, I've been looking at some of the most popular like true crime podcasts, and the things I'm listening for is, some of them, I mean, thousands upon thousands of listeners, and there's nothing on them, not a note of music or sound effects anywhere. And one of their direct competitors, who's about the same size, I can go listen to them, and it's like listening to a movie soundtrack. Every sound effect has audio. It's just interesting. There's an artistry to it, and it's interested me from the beginning. And maybe that's why I want it to sound so good.
So, Flip, what about you? Something.
While they are frustrating to me at times because of all of this audio that I'm dealing with, I really enjoy our little field trips. I enjoyed going upstairs to the old spot and sitting down with Rob Alderman and talking for 2.5 hours. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed going to the front room of that Phil Hour house and talking to Ben Berry. First of all, because those are really cool locations. So we've been lucky on that. Second of all, because when we sit down with people, whether it's the sheriff or it's Zach Pike or Seth Salsville, man, I learn something every time.
Yep.
Now, the frustrating part of it sometimes when we're on field trips is I learn something the hard way with this audio engineering or whatever. But I always learn from the people that we're talking to. And we build connections. We I don't know if I can call it relationships yet, but I don't think there's one person we've interviewed that we couldn't go back a year from now and say, hey, how about a part 2? How about we sit down again and just catch up? But I have enjoyed going from that time in your classroom when you were like, hey, let's just press record on something. And you literally slid your phone to the middle of the table and hit record. Do you remember that?
I mean, I've done that quite a few times. Me and you did that?
We did that. And this is probably a year before we actually started this podcast.
Get in there and go find that.
It might be a
bonus episode.
Bonus episode. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put that on. I'll tack that onto something. But I have enjoyed just sitting down. You said when we first started out, we're never going to run out of material. We're never.
I don't think so.
As long as we don't try to get too cute and point ourselves too narrow in a certain, we just be us, and we're never going to run out of material. And I will say that I have found that to be true. And
are you shocked by that? Are you surprised by that?
No, man. No. Look who I'm sitting across the table from. Let me just say, we've gone from seasons of we have no plan. We're just going to press record.
Yeah.
And at times, we have proved that if we want to take a podcast in a certain direction, I think we can do that. All the way to today, you almost had me spitting out my salary. Listen, I did not want to share that I was included in the step plan for all of the years that I have in law enforcement. I didn't want, that's not something I would just share out there with somebody. And you got me there and never asked me a question. So the artistry in that, watching that develop.
You know, I'm a teacher of teachers, right? And so many of those folks are coming from the manufacturing world or other places.
Manufacturing?
but they're getting job embedded, right? I want them to know that these possibilities out there, you don't have to like start over at zero. If you want to come and truly educate this next generation, take a chance, leave what you're doing, come this direction and see if, you know, if this world can provide those things for you. So I'm glad you said it. But I know, I mean,
yeah,
I was pretty hard pressed to like see if you were gonna say a number. Like I wasn't even close. I didn't even know how to get there without asking questions. No. But so I just leaned into my mirroring skills, and while I'm flipping through, I'm terrible at naming these things, but I bet I could find it.
I'll tell you what, I do miss. I did enjoy going to the Hiawassee River that time.
That was fun,
and we lost like half the episode. Learned the hard way, you know.
We took rocking chairs.
Yeah.
How funny is that?
That was a blast.
It was a blast.
I think we only saved about 30 minutes of that thing. But listen, I had to learn And that's when we're recording with an iPhone. I had to learn that there's settings on that thing that won't just let you record 30 gigs of media,
Yeah.
I've learned it the hard way.
Yeah. It's been fun, man.
Yeah, I've had a good time.
I will not spill anything more here, but like you're working on something else. I'm working on something else.
Yeah.
And we're leaning into what this means. I mean, we said we get to 100 episodes. That's a lot of episodes, man. It's going to end up being 2 years of our life that we just say, hey, let's just do this and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm just enjoying it. I'm glad we said yes. And we said yes in a really busy time in our life.
Yeah.
And we said we would do this once a week. And I mean, we got through a whole basketball season. Still said yes.
Yeah.
Right. Times of transition, even now, still said yes. So,
yeah. And we've resisted putting pressure on ourselves to grow at this exponent. A lot of people maybe would, I won't say it that general. Most podcasts have long been quit. Statistically, 52 episodes is way beyond what
do most people do?
I would have to look up those stats for you, but I've tripped on stats like that before, and most people get to 10 or 12 episodes and they haven't went viral, and their drivers are all out of whack, and they just stop. It's too hard. It's too But not putting those pressures on ourselves has really paid off, I think, to get us to 52 episodes.
Well, we said it hinges on our friendship. So until you break up with me, I guess we're just going to keep doing this.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm totally content still, and I say it all the time, I'm totally content to sit right here, not ever have a guest, not ever have a script, and just talk to my friend for an hour and have 7 people listen to us, if that's what it came down to.
3 episodes, over half. Yeah. And then episode 20, that's the next marker where people they don't get to 20 episodes. So, you're talking, and it's multiple things here, but there's a 3-episode graveyard. That's what they call it.
Really? 3 episodes. Wow.
The 6-month drop off is another
Yeah.
little quotation mark. So, but no content strategy, drudgery versus enthusiasm, lack of consistency. So, yeah, less than 10% of podcasts manage to release 50 episodes or more.
Less than 10%.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fun. So,
Well,
keep doing what we're doing,
man.
buddy.
Yeah, and I'm committed to just this being a part of my life right now and continuing. We're journaling, man. We're
Yeah, I like that. You keep bringing that up.
we're leaving something behind.
For you, that's what this is.
You know what I would give to go back and have 52 hours of my granddad just talking to his buddy? I'd give anything.
Yeah.
I'd give you all the money I had, Paul. Every dime. Do I mean that?
Yes, 100%.
I think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's my
So, boys,
driver.
you're welcome. Kyler, Seth, Caleb, Isaac,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah. You're welcome, man. You're welcome, man. I hope
For
you're
free.
doing well.
Free of charge.
Yeah, and that one that I don't know yet that's listening to me
Ooh,
50 years from now, 20 years from now.
I hear you.
I love you, man. I love you, kiddo.
That's right. That's right. All right, buddy, bring this one to a close.
All right. See you later.
That's easy. Well done.
Yeah, man. Did you want it more formal than that?
No, that was perfect.
All right, my man.